Hello again. So, if you've seen either of my two other videos so far, uh, you'll know that I've been playing some Magic Online, and I want to jump back into it. So far of the recorded videos, I'm 1-1, so really just need to prove myself here. Yeah, so I'm playing the two-player Legacy Cube sealed events. Once again, I really enjoy these. I think it's awesome that you can just jump in and play really quickly. I think that the fact that you're playing Cube is just a lot of fun on its own. And I don't know, I like playing Magic. And okay, so immediately striking my attention, Karn is a lot of fun in how it just ruins them if they can't answer it. Elspeth is really strong. Dig Through Time, Frost Titan, kind of just really like the idea of playing these really expensive white-blue things. Sphinx's Revelation, Venser works really well with Planeswalkers, and battlefield abilities like with Frost Titan, Riffling Cloudscape, Muldrifter, Pestermite not so much, but yeah, okay. And then you have Path's Exile and Oust, both great removal spells. Wall of Omens is a great control card. It's a 0/4 body that cantrips. You can't ask for much else. A 3/2 Hallowed Spirit Keeper is value. Monastery Mentor is probably better, considering I'm probably playing Dismiss and Control Magic and Factor Fiction. Control Magic actually is an enchantment though, right? Yeah, it doesn't trigger. Oh yeah, Monster Mentor Prowess triggers, right. Okay, yeah, and then Negate and Preordain and Ponder. Ponder and Preordain actually work really well together. Really well together. Yeah. So this is me kind of falling in love with white-blue all over again, without actually doing the smart thing and checking what my mana base looks like. So let's, hope that the gods be merciful, and I have some options here. So let's get these lands in here. Ugh. Okay, let's get rid of this for now. Okay, we all know that there's some sweet white-blue cards. Let's just keep that in the back of our minds as we consider these. Looks like only 2 of my lands are strictly white-blue. There's some room for Esper or Jeskai. Chromatic Lantern and Spirit of the Suns are both fixing and ramp, which is what you want anyway. So let's once again organize these by color a bit, giving special attention to this. And any fetches? Fetches would be super sweet if you want to give me any fetches. Any one of them at all. Okay, I've got a bit of black mana. And wow, wait, am I just blind, or have I, wait. These 2 go in the same pile. These 2 go in the same pile. Yeah, I'm pretty much just blind. Okay. These, yeah. Okay, these 2 go in the same pile. Right, okay. So, it's not unreasonable. There's quite a few lands here. So the more lands you have, the fewer other things you have. But having more lands is kind of better in general, I kind of feel, because these rare lands are going to be generally strictly better than a basic land, and so you get to play more good cards in your deck. The more basic lands you play, the fewer good cards from your pool you're playing, if that makes sense. And so good lands don't take up good spell slots. So also just in general, lands help you cast spells, and that makes them great. So if I were to go Esper, bear with me here. These 4 right off the bat make sense, and I guess they're kind of the only ones that make sense. But 4 lands, is fine. If I weren't playing Esper, like white-black is 2-color, but probably not good enough. My black looks fine. Like, if I were to go Esper, I would probably go in for Damnation, Murderous Cut, Skin Render, possibly. Maybe Necrotal's better. Go for the Throat is pretty good, as is Night's Whisper. Okay, and then like you have Baleful Strix, and these cards over here that are pretty sweet. Okay, but if I were to do something like Jeskai, these were the only 2 lands that are available. Not that great. If I go blue, black, red, which is Grixis. I know these names. That's these 3. Okay. I mean, Esper gives me 4 lands. So I'm gonna look at that. And also I really like it. Despite not being very good at playing control decks, I think they're a lot of fun. Because, I mean, here's my, like, sentiment on all of this. My sentiment. My perspective? Yeah. Like, if you're playing an aggressive deck, like, very little, like, your goal is to win quickly, and so, like, your goal is to, like, play kind of as little magic as possible. You just want to finish the game soon. And that's not fun. What's fun is playing lots of magic and, like, interacting a bunch. Like, I don't really like Storm for the reason that you don't get to play a lot of, like, interactive magic either. What's funny, I think, is like when I start building these decks that, like, it looks like this is the 2-drop spot, but it's actually just like the 5-drop spot, and just nothing's in between. I mean, I haven't actually gone very far into the process yet, so I'm gonna fill out some of my curve, but generally I don't play that much. I kind of really like land tax, even though I think I've been told / have heard / believe that it's not very good. It seems good, like so often I find myself, like, mana screwed, and, like, land tax just seems awesome for the reason that, like, okay, I only have 2 lands in my hand, but I have a land tax, and so, like, I'll play a land, and then play another land. If I don't draw a 3rd land, I'll play land tax, and just, like, out of nowhere, I'll have 3 additional cards, and they're the lands that I need, and I have all these spells in my hand. I guess it's kind of living the dream. But I think, you know, it's conceivable. It could work. I could go, like, Splash Kyranos with Volcanic Island. Yeah. There's not, like, a great reason to do that. So Sphere of the Suns and Chromatic Lantern, Karn, Precursor Golem, Batterskull. Batterskull's pretty cool because, like, you don't even need creatures for it to be good. Like, it comes in as a living weapon, and you can bounce it to your hand and replay it for 8 mana, and I guess 8 mana is a lot, but it's still doable. And you bounce it at instant speed, so, like, even if they try to destroy it, you just bounce it to your hand. Though, I don't know, it might not be, like, high on their list of things to destroy. Interestingly, I don't have that many 4-drops yet. I guess Control Magic and Factor, or Dismiss, are both quite good. But right, okay. So I already have 26 cards, and I'm only in blue-white at the moment. If I were to go into black, I don't think there are that many things I really want, but Murderous Cut's probably good. And, like, you're delving for it, so it's, like, 2, hopefully. Yeah, that's fine. Like, you're probably just gonna draw 1 card. It's a 4-mana 3/3 that draws you a card. It's like, that's okay. A 4-mana 3/3 that drew you 2 cards, that would be Muldrifter level of good, though you couldn't evoke it, and it wouldn't have flying, and it wouldn't blue. Damnation, that is a card that I said I would want. Night's Whisper is another card. And I probably don't really need anything else besides, like, those 3 black cards for Mana Tithe, I don't actually want. I don't know why that ended up in there. Is Gather the Townsfolk good? I can't imagine that it's very good. Frost Titan, Elspeth, Karn are finishers. So is like Precursor Golem. Batterskull could definitely be a finisher. Yeah, Venser works pretty well with Batterskull. If Batterskull's like living weapon gets killed, or you equip it to a guy and it attacks, then you can bounce the Batterskull and it becomes a separate blocker or something. Works really well with Lifting Southgate and Moldrifter. Works really well with Baleful Strix. I think there are enough excuses to play Venser. Creatures can't be blocked this turn, can just like win the game out of nowhere. Though I'm not running that many creatures, so it's like yeah. Okay. So I'm running I have 29 cards in this pile right now. And it's not good. Oust I think is very good, so is Path to Exile. Ponder, Preordain are both quite excellent. I don't think they're cuttable. These cards are not exactly cuttable. I mean, even decks that don't play many creatures are still running some creatures, and so creature removal is good. I guess I don't need, maybe I don't want to main deck that many creatures. Like, I can get rid of the Go for the Throat in case like the only creatures I'm afraid of are artifacts like Sundering Titan or something. Main decking negates generally fine. There's so many good non-creature spells. I'm running 21 of them. Maybe I don't run like the Precursor Golem because like it's possible that it just gets killed out of nowhere. Like it and all the golems that it brings in. Like it's not a 3-for-1 because you only paid 1 card for the Precursor Golem, then they paid 1 card to kill it. But it's still 5 mana, and they probably kill it with like a 2 mana spell. But that's like true of any creature. It's just like that creature doesn't do anything besides be 3/3/3s. It doesn't have to do much else, but it might not be good enough. Still need to cut more cards. How am I running 21 non-creature spells? Let's do this thing that I don't do that often, group creatures separately. So like not that many creatures, and this I like hope we play on turn 2 or something. Like that's kind of the dream. But I guess all of this, like I guess I should cut the land tax because it's not actually very good, and then maybe I cut the Murderous Cut, and then maybe I cut like cut one more card. Probably cut 2 more. So everyone just yell into the screen, everyone, all one of you who are watching this, yell into the screen what I should be cutting right now, because I doubt it's a creature. Like maybe I don't want the Monastery Mentor, but like it's probably pretty good. Like it could be a win condition. So I just like get it down and they don't answer it, and I just get a bunch of 1/1s. Otherwise it just gets me a bunch of 1/1s before they manage to kill it, and I still have the 1/1s with prowess that will still trigger on all of these. So I have Dismiss, Negate as my counter suite. I think I'm holding up mana on turn 4, so like Dismiss and Fact or Fiction both work really well together, because I like cast Fact or Fiction if they don't have anything I want to counter, otherwise I counter it. Or else I have to Damnation on turn 4. Maybe I cut like the Control Magic in case they don't have a thing I want to steal. And then that's good. These are all good. 24. Like 24 with a Sphere of the Suns and a Chromatic Lanterns. 16 lands, the Sphere of the Suns and a Chromatic Lantern and stuff is probably fine. I'm playing quite a bit blue, quite a bit white, a little bit black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probably don't need 6. 5. More white. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 white sources is probably better than 6 and 6. Go 7, 5 in terms of white, black. And then a lot of blue. Okay. So, as for control, not super original, but it's like my favorite color combination. And while I'm bad at control, I like big splashy effects. And I can ponder on turn 1. Keep. Nope, I said keep. Seems to not have heard me. Keep. It's possible that I'm losing connection to Magic Online right now, which would make me a little bit sad. So either that or the client's just freaking out. Nope. Okay. Let's try to come back when I have connection back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I did briefly lose connection, not sure why, but it is my turn, and so I will pay the 2 life for this untapped blue source, and cast Preordain. So, I think, yeah, I kind of want a second blue source, so I can bottom this, and top this, because Path to Exile is pretty strong, and then I draw it. So, sure. Then pass the turn. Generally don't... Oh, interesting. So, they might be some sort of aggressive red deck, considering they're running Seal of Fire. That won't hit a creature, but it might burn me, which, you know, makes the turn 1 shock myself kind of sad, but I don't know, see, I can probably negate something this turn, or maybe they're playing creature. They are playing creature. Okay, well, I can Path to Exile it, but I don't think that's really worth it at this point. I mean, I can Path to Exile it. Next turn, yeah, I should Temple of Silence now, so that I can get the Scry and also hold up Dismiss next turn. Batterskull seems pretty good, so I've still got Negate up and Path to Exile. I'm fine taking 2. I wonder if I'm okay with taking 3. I suspect I am. Yeah. If they're gonna play something big and scary, that seems like a good path target. If they're gonna play something painful, that seems like a good negate target. And then next turn I can hold up Dismiss or cast Fact or Fiction, presumably getting a land off the Fact or Fiction. Or drawing a land at some point soon. What have we got here? He's running... yeah, this was the card I was not hoping to see. Or rather, hoping not to see on turn 3. I was like... I mean, basically any creature he plays that I would be afraid of, I'll just path. And any non-creature I'll just negate. But Blade Splicer is a creature I'm not really afraid of, but he puts 2 bodies down, and like, it's additional 4 power. Yeah, I can afford to take 6 damage this turn. Cast Fact or Fiction end of turn. Or Dismiss something that's particularly scary. But I don't know if there's anything scary enough that I wouldn't want to just guarantee a land drop. I mean, if he negated my Factor Fiction, that'd be kind of sad, I guess. Or not negate, he wouldn't have negate, but some other counterspell. Okay. So, Solemn Simulacrum. Okay, so if I dismiss this, draw a card, I'm likely to hit a land. So I think I'll do that. There is nothing you can do that I cannot simply deny. Airtie, Wizard, Adept. Okay, so I do a land and a Ponder, which I'm not going to play because I'm tapping out for this Batterskull, which hopefully will save my life. So one more land, I can play Elspeth, which will put a bunch of tokens down, be blocking a bunch of things. Okay, that's cool. Is he going to burn it again? I suspect as much. Lightning Strike. Okay, triggering Prowess, so I take 7 this turn. Not good. Not very good at all. Yeah, like it'd be nice if I could hold a negate or something, but I cannot. So I'm really just depending on having a land next turn and being able to play my Elspeth, which should be able to stave off the damage well enough. I mean, it's possible he just has 3 points of burn in his hand, and that just might be good enough. Like, his deck seems sweet. Jeskai, like, aggressive Jeskai stuff can be quite good. And there's Serendipity, which Elspeth doesn't deal with that well. Okay, I think I Ponder. Monster Mentor does not save me. So, I think I have to shuffle. Yes. Drawing a land. Okay. So, I drew the land. Had to tap a mana for it, though. Let's draw another card off the wall of them. It's just in case there's some magic. Godless Shrine is not the magic I was looking for. I can Path to Exile. Huh. I only had 5 mana, yeah. If I could have equipped the Batterskull, I think I still would have died if I had tapped out for that. If I equipped the Batterskull and killed the Serendipity, that probably would have saved me, because the Batterskull gains me 4 life and he deals like at most 4 here. Yeah. Anyway, I think this is it. This is game. So, no need to delay the inevitable, and I suppose no need to show him additional cards, or her. Though Big Boy 71. Could be a girl. Anyway, I guess now it is time to just take my medicine. They're hesitantly attacking with everything. I'm hesitantly blocking the biggest thing. And then, yeah, I could path this and still lose. It's too bad. Let us begin sideboarding. So what I need here is ways of handling aggression. Sort by convert mana cost. Okay, so maybe I should ease off like the end, like the high end of my thing. Like dig through time can happen early-ish. I guess. Yeah. Maybe Sphinx's Rev is better because it gains me life, but like, so like I'm tapping out to just draw cards and gain life, and he's probably hitting me for more than I could possibly gain off of it at that point. Like, this is all so sweet, but like I should bring in like Necrotal blocks and kill something to first striker too, so it can block things pretty effectively. Vampire Nighthawk, also pretty effective. Control Magic might be pretty good. And instead, let's take out, like, I mean, he has good non-creature spells, everyone does, but I think I'll take out the negate, because, I don't know, I have to take out some things, right? Alice and Path to Exile seem great. Banishing Light, Monitoring Mentor seem pretty stellar as well. Maybe I just take out my counter spells? Is that what decks do? I don't think so. I think I'm just bad at, you know, having, like, making use of counter spells. But yeah, I think that's fine. And then, yeah, I don't think there's anything in particular I want to do. He has a lot of burn, so I guess he could just like kill my Necrotal, but Necrotal already kills something. Vampire Nighthawk also could die. Like, Preacher's Golem seems bad here because he has a lot of 3-point burn. I think this is fine. Like, an early Wall of Omens would be great. Baleful Strix. I guess I just need more early drops, which my hand didn't have many of. Anyway, yes, playing first also will help, I suspect. And yeah, turn 2 Sphere of the Suns into a Baleful Strix. Keep. I think Watery Grave first, this time tapped. If I draw a blue or a black source, I can play the Baleful Strix, otherwise I can play the Plains, then to the Spear of Suns. And they play a Delver of Secrets. Wow, okay. So, no blue or black source. So just the Sphere of the Suns for now. Delver dies to Baleful Strix. Is that good in their deck? I don't actually know. I don't know what the ratio of, you know, creatures to instants and sorceries to other things are, but, you know. Okay, so it didn't flip. It's just a 1/1 for 1. I'm okay with taking 1 this turn. Not that hard to handle, I suppose. Being said, I think Plains. Okay. Well, as long as I'm tapping the Sphere of the Suns, maybe I should play a Vampire Nighthawk. It's got Flying and Death Touch and Lifelink. Maybe I should play the Baleful Strix because it draws me a card and blocks the Delver better. Actually, I mean, if he's attacking with the Delver as a 3/2, I'm just gonna attack back with my Vampire Nighthawk because it's like I take 3, then gain 2 and deal 2, which is a race I win in the extreme long term, which I imagine this game won't be decided by a Delver versus the Vampire Nighthawk. But I don't need to worry about blocking the Delver very much. Let's just always yield to this. And besides, this uses my mana better. And even leaves up Path to Exile, so if flipped, I suspect it attacks Maybe I turn off auto yields actually, because I might want to path something at end of turn. I don't think I want to path the Insectile Apparition. It's interesting that this is like one of the only transform cards that don't flip back. I don't actually know of any others. Unfortunately, all my test animals have died or escaped, so I shall be the final subject. I fear no fear. I feel no fear. This is a momentous night. He attacks. I suppose I take it. He might still burn my Vampire Nighthawk, in which case I just took 3 for, you know, quote unquote nothing. But I still have Baleful Strix. I can block next turn, and I will trade the Baleful Strix for an Insectile Apparition. Its purpose is to draw me a card and block something, and I'll be fine with it doing those 2 things. Maybe he's debating whether to play something or burn the Vampire Nighthawk. I think I prefer the latter, or he's just passing the turn. And it's a Karn. Interesting. Interesting. Well, so I could play the Baleful Strix and then path it to get me a land. The land, and yeah, that's just I'm gonna just play the Baleful Strix. The problem is, I'm eating through these Sphere of the Sun counters really fast. Okay, so let's draw a card. Hopefully it's a land. It is not. I can still path the Strix. Man, if only that Baleful Strix had First Strike. That'd be pretty cool too. What's it doing? A Delver... a Deceiver Exarch. Okay. He gets to tap something or untap something. I suspect he's going to tap the Nighthawk and untap, or untap, well, not really anything. Yeah, just tap that, that's fine. Yeah. I don't want to land enough to path my own guy. It's like 2 for 1ing myself for a land, trading 2 pretty good cards for a land. It could be worth it. I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. If I draw land next turn, then the path this turn would mean I get to Elspeth next turn. I'd really like to use the Sphere of the Suns, like, to get something big down, and I've got 3 big spells in my hand. Maybe Frost Titan's better than Elspeth? I feel like it's Elspeth here. Well, actually, I mean, Elspeth dies to the Insectile Apparition pretty quickly. Devil's Play for 3, and he can flash it back. Now is it worth it? I mean, sure. That seems kind of silly. Yes, please. I'll take a island. Now, if I draw land, I get Elspeth or Frost Titan. And in this case, I guess Frost Titan is the better play. I get to tap down. Not the creatures, probably. Tap down, like, the lands? Oh, actually, it's just tap down one thing, right? Yeah. And then I'll block. That's fine. Temple of Silence. Okay, it's not untapped, but it's still fine. I'll put that on top too, so I can play my other 6-drop. And then I can Fact or Fiction in turn. I don't have a reason to... Oh. I guess keeping it on top doesn't matter so much. Maybe I should have Fact or Fiction first and then play the Temple? Oh, interesting. Loxodon Warhammer. Okay. I'm gonna Fact or Fiction now. Blue something something something. I think I probably just take the 3 card pile. I suspect. I mean, if I were him, I would put. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think I take the pile 1. Right? Lands you control out top for anything. Yeah, I think I take pile 1 here because, reasons. I don't want to lose 2 life off the Night's Whisper. The Chromatic Lantern doesn't. It ramps me for 1, but I'd rather not tap 3 mana to do that next turn or something like that. +3/+0 and trample and lifelink. So the and trample part is kind of scary. Wall of Omens, however, successfully does something, maybe. Interesting. Okay, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I can play Karn here. That, yeah. Karn exiling the Locks on Warhammer, then they wouldn't be able to kill it. If I Karn in +4, then there's 4, 5, 6, also wouldn't be able to kill it. Though they do take it down. If I -3, they can kill it if he draws a second red source. Target creature player, yeah. Alternatively, I can play Elspeth, put a bunch of 1/1s on the battlefield, and trample and lifelink. So we probably put it on this, and I could throw like 1 in front of that if he decides to do it, and then 2 in front of that, and he would still leak 2 over, and then maybe 1 from here, but Elspeth still would survive. Frost Titan just taps something down. Karn's. I think playing the Frost Titan first actually makes sense because it can then act as a blocker to keep either of my planeswalkers alive. I suspect he's not doing it. Exarch. I guess it's probably the mountain. Okay. And this way he has less of an ability to burn me or burn the Titan, but abilities that target the Titan get countered unless they pay 2 additional, which is super nice. It's interesting, most of the... Oh, so we have the second red source, and he Magma Jets me. Maybe just a scry too. Yeah. And so it doesn't untap. My controller's next on tap step. Yeah. Okay. So I think I just play Karn here. Black, blah, 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 blah. And exile cards from his hand. I could ponder, don't really need to. Like, I have things I want to do already, and lands for fun. I don't need to attack. Okay, so he has 1 card in hand that could be of any relevance, or exactly 1 card in hand regardless. He can equip his Warhammer, but he's not able to attack through either of my guys. If he equips the Warhammer And Spike Shot's Elders... Wait, either of my guys. I mean, my Frost Titan. He's just not able to attack the Frost Titan. I can block either of his guys. Right, so the Warhammer only deals, like, makes his guy a 4 power thing. He can do that and have a burn spell. Okay. I did lose game 1, so I'm going to have to quickly finish this game and then try to win game 3. But I suspect at this point in the game, having an unanswered Karn is really quite great. He is attacking Karn, liberated. I could just not care, or I could try and block. I assume he's going to burn my Frost Titan with what, Lightning Bolt? It would have to be Lightning Bolt, because it would have to be Lightning Bolt, because otherwise this would counter it. He wouldn't be able to pay the 2 to counter it. If that makes sense. Oh, okay. Nope. The 1 red ability also wouldn't work on it because it counters abilities too. Okay, block. Bop. He gains 4 life. But, yeah. I guess I don't need the Sphere of the Suns anymore. Maybe I should have just pondered, because I have a lot of mana. Boros Charm. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Oh. Interesting. So he hits me for 4, and then they kill each other, and then 2 damage leaks over to Karn anyway. Huh, okay. You win. You don't win the game, you did it. You successfully managed to deal 2 damage to Karn and kill my Frost Titan, which is like a pretty big game. I think I exile that because he has no cards in him for me to exile, and it doesn't really matter. I'll play the Elspeth. Play an island. Yeah. Yeah, let's cancel. Let's ponder for fun. Yeah, okay. Let's draw the Battle Skull next turn. I don't really want the Swamp or the Necrotrol, but I'll draw the Battle Skull. No. Oh, draw the Battle Skull now. Right, okay, whatever. And then blue and white for Wall of Omens. And +1 to put 3 1/1 White Soldier creature tokens on the battlefield. And just pass the turn. I mean, both Karn and Elspeth are win conditions, and I have 2 of them out, so I suspect I win this game. So +1 Elspeth, -3 to exile a land. I can exile the Deceiver. Yeah, let's exile the Deceiver. And then attack with all my creatures. Like, if he draws a burn spell for Karn, that's too bad, I guess. Elspeth does make an emblem really soon. So +4 to exile a card from his hand. Karn gets bigger. What did I exile? Kiki Jiki. He couldn't play it. That's too bad. And I don't need to play the Mole Drifter. I should just kill him, or he'll just concede. I mean, he had a lot of life. Maybe he thought he could draw into something, but I doubt there was anything he could draw into. Like, he could have something like an Oblivion Ring or Banishing Light. I guess I have the... What do I have? I have the Banishing Light, so he could have Oblivion Ring. So, the plan went off better that time, I guess. Do I want to change anything? Was this version of the deck better than the last one? I don't know, I think I just drew better or he drew worse. I think I run it back. And I am waiting for all players to submit deck. ... Okay. Like, not submit decks, or submit their deck, or submit his or her deck, but just submit deck. I guess submit deck is the words written on the button that you press when you want to submit your deck. So maybe by submit deck they mean press submit deck. It's not a very interesting thing to ponder. I guess they're sideboarding? Maybe they're just like completely making a new deck. I've done that before where excuse me, I made a deck and like was super unsure about it, and then it like completely floundered in game one, didn't do anything, and my opponent like rolled over me, and I was like, I hate this, and so I just like completely make a brand new deck in the 2 minutes that you have for sideboarding. Oh, so technically it's 3 lands, 4 spells, and like you can't go wrong with 3 lands, 4 spells. I mean, you can, but like it's usually fine. But so I'm gonna keep it. But it's like, oh, control magic, interesting. I think I lead with the Godless Shrine in case I draw Black Source. No, don't want that. Right, but the Chromatic Lantern and the Sphere of the Suns both are like kind of lands on their own, and they'll ramp me to things. Oh, Gitaxian Probe. Okay, I don't. Yeah, sure, like he has no reason to be afraid of the 2 life loss. Like he's not gonna die to early aggression. I guess this Vampire Nighthawk is early-ish with like. It's turn 3. I have no way of cheating it next turn. Yeah, and maybe he brought in some counters. He did spend a little bit of time sideboarding. But I think mainly this is here as a cantrip, because like a 0 mana cantrip is really strong. It basically, like, people often suggest never playing more than 40 cards in your deck when you can help it, and like that's for the obvious wisdom that you just want to be playing the 40 best spells in your deck. Yeah, and so I think I play the Island and Wall of Omens here. Drawing a card. Right, so you want to play the 40 best spells in your deck. Temple of Silence. Cool. And so that means that like 41 cards, even though if you like have like 41 cards you really want to play, there should be a like quote unquote worst card in your deck for the kind of strategy you're trying to do or whatever. And you should identify it and cut it, and now you have 40 cards and you're not drawing that 41th worst card. Even if that just means like cutting a land, like maybe you only want 16 lands or something like that. But anyway, so he gets to hit me for 2 this turn. That's a little sad. But anyway, the point is that when you're running something like so I can play the Chromatic Lantern if I tap this, and the Chromatic Lantern will let me preordain, Or I can just play the Temple of Silence, and then next turn I'll have 3 for the Vampire Nighthawk. If I play the Hallowed Fountain, play the Chromatic Lantern, Preordain, next turn I have 4. The Temple of Silence doesn't... It lets me scry again. But then I can control magic. That doesn't seem great. Like, I think Vampire Nighthawk just stops that from attacking, and then I can block that. So, yeah. Wait. Meant to play the Temple, not the Hallowed Fountain. Okay, no. Okay, so second main, I will play the Sphere. Now I can't play the Vampire Nighthawk next turn. My bad. I just talked that through and then I clicked the wrong card. Anyway, cantrips. Right. 0 mana cantrip is good because you get to play 39 cards rather than 40. You get to play the 39 best cards and cut that 40th worst card and play a Gitaxian Probe instead. The interesting thing about cantrips, and I'm running a couple of them myself, like Preordain and Ponder, both cantrip. Yeah, sure, yield to that. That's like a really good card. Counter target spell with current mana cost X unless its controller pays 3. And I feel like this was printed. So this was printed in Turn Ravnica. This is the set or the block I started in. Fact or fiction? Okay. I'm going to play the Sphere of the Suns, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Vampire Nighthawk using up a counter, which is a little sad, but like it is what it is. And then I'll Preordain for blue. Scrying 2. Oust is good. Swamp is not really necessary. Play the Temple. And keep the Batterskull. Excellent. Now 6. So next turn I can play the Batterskull. And yeah. So, and I guess the additional value of not drawing a card, looking at your opponent's hand, and like makes a lot of sense for like control decks with a lot of counters. These 2 other creatures. Other creatures attack, creatures control gain indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, I should oust that guy. So that there, and that there. So I take no damage this turn, but he taps all his guys. I guess that's fine. I guess he could like burn my Vampire Nighthawk for like a 2 damage spell. I don't know if he's planning something. Sure. Yep, this is that. But yeah, looking at my hand in his deck probably isn't that useful. I don't know what he's trying to do. Might be trying to Lightning Strike my Vampire Nighthawk. No, not quite. Stopping 1 of each color. Maybe it's Jeskai Charm. I don't think that's in the cube. But maybe. Jeskai Charm's pretty sweet. I would run it in a Jeskai deck. Electrolyze. Oh. Oh no. Oh, what a blowout. Oh, God. I'm so sad. Okay. Okay. Like, those weren't doing a whole lot for me, but they were gaining me life, or like preventing damage. Like, he's really threatening to hit me for 7 damage a turn. Yeah, I didn't draw the land. I knew I wasn't going to draw the land. I can control magic, the Solemn Simulacrum, so when it dies I draw a card. That seems pretty weak. The Frontline Medic is just a 3/3. I think just playing the Batterskull is best bet here. Don't have a negate like effect. I know I have the negate. Right, but me like I've never seen this in the cube so far, and I've played a lot of this cube. Like despite how it might look and how badly I seem to construct these decks, I've still by this point played several matches of this cube sealed thing. Okay, I mean, again, preventing as much damage as possible, and hopefully gaining some life. So again, this net effect just is they tap all their creatures, but I imagine he's gonna kill the germ. Yep. Okay. Okay. So. And a Blade Splicer. That's no good. Okay, land. Land. So. But what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I go 4 and 3. That is equal to 6, right? Right? You know, as long as 6 equals 7. The Chromatic Lantern, this net cost me 2 mana. I have 6, so I can do this and control magic. And it ramps me for future. Like, it gives me 6 Spirit of the Suns. I can control magic and oust, which seems fine. Yeah, I think I oust that. You gain 3 life. And then I can control magic a golem. Just to have a 3/3. That seems super weak. Maybe I just take 5, 6, 7, 8. I shouldn't. If I Chromatic Lantern, I could also Banishing Light. But Banishing Light seems bad to waste on that. And so does Control Magic, but I've not seen actually any good Control Magic targets. Like, nothing giant and fun to steal. Okay. Well, next turn I can make it a 7/7 Lifelink Vigilance. And attack with it. Which is really just, you know, a win condition then. Yeah, I didn't actually play the Chromatic Lantern, which would have been nice. Like, having additional mana to manipulate things with would have been helpful. But I left the Spirit of the Suns counter, so I still have that if I need to have 6 mana available. Next turn I can Chromatic Lantern and Banishing Light, if I so desire. Okay, soul bonded with that creature. That's cool. It can just hit me for 3. He doesn't have to attack with anything else. Though he's going to, for reasons I don't understand. I guess I'll kill that. I'm taking 6 now. I go to 10. Maybe I just really want Maybe I shouldn't have blocked? Like, yeah, I don't know, like, if he has a magma jet or something like that, he would need me to block to kill the golem. If he had magma jet, I should have definitely blocked this guy rather than the solemn to play around it. Actually, what I was playing around was him drawing a card off the solemn simulacrum. Okay, that's first strike damage. Why is there a stop on the damage step? Okay, and then end step. Okay, so the golem doesn't die yet. Maybe he strikes it as I try to equip. That would be pretty rough. Wait, cancel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite 8. Though, maybe I should play the Chromatic Lantern first then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, I'll use the token now. And that, equip there. For that, and that, and that. And now, he gets to kill it in response? No? Okay. Does he have a bounce effect that exists in blue? Possibly also exists in white. He definitely seems like he has something, but no. Okay, maybe he's gonna do something on my end. Nope. He's just gonna take 1 damage from this area, but free, and keep on keeping on. Man, Chromatic Lantern would be so sweet if it said permanents instead of lands you control. I don't know why I'm asking for this card to do more. It just was like, I wish that my Sphere of the Suns could be turned into a useful thing by this Chromatic Lantern. So we could have like a banishing light like thing, a frontline medic. Right, he had, the oust didn't put it on the bottom, put it 2 from the top. So I could banishing light it now. Does he have enough to kill my 7/7? Path to Exile. Okay, so he has 3, 3, 7, so like 6, 7, 9. Yeah, I go for it. I gain the 7 life regardless. Unless he managed to kill it during the first strike. 2, 3, 6, 9. Okay. I think I probably don't want that. That's 6, and that's 7. Okay, I'll assign blockers like that, and then Path to Exile the Serent of the Freed. Would you like to respond by doing something? He was accepting a 3-for-1, whereas he's trading 3 of his creatures for 1 of his creatures, but I guess also the control magic I lose, so yeah. Okay, so he's tapping for something. What is it that he's tapping for? What did he tapped the Reflecting Pool for white, and then red. Boros Charm, target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Okay, Fact or Fiction. Wait, so deals 3, This deals 2, so he takes 5 in first strike. And then it deals the damage back. So they still trade. He loses all his guys. He gets a land. I just lose my guy as well. Okay. Yeah, let's tap for Fact or Fiction. Because maybe there's something I can do in response. No, there isn't. I'll take the non-lands, I think. I guess I'll take the 4 cards over the 1. Night's Whisper, Monster Mentor. The Frost Titan's pretty great. I guess Frost Titan's just pretty great. Maybe the Monster Mentor was better because then I could equip the Batterskull onto it. Yeah, I can't cast anything else this turn. That's fine. He gets to draw a card. So what now? Okay, I have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Yeah, Monster Mentor was probably the right pick. It was also my first instinct, but okay, that's fine. Let's tap. Oh my god. Chromatic Lantern makes things really annoying to tap for. That's okay. I'll tap the Reflecting Pool. And then let's tap this for blue and ponder. Okay, I'll take the Rift and Cloudscape. And no shuffles. F6. I should try to win this game before I run out of time. I guess my opponent's at lower time than I am. But Creator's Clause for 6. And he can pay the 2 to counter, or pay for the counter. Okay, so I can Riftling Cloudscape for 5, which I think I do. Cast. Oh my god. Let's bounce his Reflecting Pool. And pass the turn. Okay. Let's equip for 5 here. Oh my god. See, I might actually lose to that effect. Whatever. Okay, so he didn't have an answer to my flying 7/7 lifelink trample. Right, lifelink vigilance, not trample. Why do I keep thinking trample? I think I'm confusing it with the Lockstone Warhammer, which also gives lifelink, but not +4/+4, or vigilance. But +3/+0, right. Anyway, so looks like we won that one as well. So that was pretty sweet. I like that deck. My opponent seemed to have like a decent deck too. Neither of our decks were really like overpowered. Like I was running Esper Control without any counter magic, and he was running some like aggressive Jeskai thing, which like didn't draw enough aggressive cards the third game, and I think maybe even the second game. Like the first game, he had like a pretty aggressive start, and I didn't have the answers, and so I lost. But he wasn't able to replicate that, and I had, I guess, pretty good luck the latter 2 games. But anyway, I am good for now. Right. Yeah, so pretty happy with that. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Yeah, like it's kind of silly talking about it like you've seen these or anyone's actually on the other side of this monitor, but maybe it's true. Maybe someone's gonna watch these someday. But for the time being, I'm kind of just enjoying playing Magic and having an excuse to think things through slightly more than I would otherwise, but clearly not enough, considering how many times I catch myself making silly mistakes. But, alright, go team, have a good one, and hopefully come back for the next one. Hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks, and goodbye.